In today's Student Athlete Spotlight, presented by Play It Again Sports, we're featuring LCA senior volleyball standout Anna Moody. Anna and the Bulldogs having another great season, Seminole District champions, 13-1 in the league so far. And Anna, tell us what this senior season has been like for you. What have been some of the big highlights so far?
It's been amazing, really. There's no way I could ask for it to be any different. The group of girls we have is amazing. We're constantly pushing each other, constantly holding each other accountable, and just helping each other reach levels that are higher than we ever thought we would get to. And probably a highlight that we've had was our game against Brookville when they were undefeated. We went into it just knowing that it was going to be a battle, and we were missing two of our really good hitters. And we knew that we would have to kind of compensate for that. And I think that allowed us to learn, like, we can do this as long as we put trust into each other and hard work and dedication. And we showed ourselves that we could, and we won the game in 5 sets. And it was just very exciting and just very joyful.
What would you say are your strengths on the court? What do you do that really helps this LCA volleyball team?
Probably just, I really like individual encouragement. When you think of Leary, think of somebody who's very vocal, encouraging, and just pushing the team. I really enjoy going up to an individual if I see that they're either struggling or they're having the best game of their life. I want them to know that, like, I see them, and like I see their struggle, or I see how good they're doing. I want them to know, like, I'm fully there supporting them, and so is the rest of the team. And it's like, at being that individual leader, I want to push them to where they can reach levels that they didn't know that they could reach. And I also want them to push me to levels that I didn't know I could reach.
You recovered from a serious knee injury just to be able to play this season. Tell us about the knee. How did it happen, and how tough has it been battling back from that serious knee injury?
Actually, I hurt my knee twice. The first time I hurt it, we didn't really know what happened, so I didn't get an MRI. And I played for about 8 months on it. Come to find out, I had actually torn my ACL the first time, and then the second time, it was actually our first practice of sophomore year, and I was just pivoting to set the ball, and knee completely went out again. And then this time was when they looked back into it and were like, you've actually torn your ACL, both your meniscus and your MCL. So I was like, good, okay. So that was a really tough time, just because during that time I was experiencing kind of a burnout of volleyball, just because with COVID, it had travel season happening with school season, happening with beach season, all in one 3-month period. So 6-hour practices were happening, everything was happening. And before I hurt my knee, I was kind of done with it. Like, I was ready to rest, I was ready to be done. And then the knee kind of helped me regroup. This injury has given me the want to go back into it, the want to love it again, and the want to be better than I was before in the sport. But this time I was like, I'm going to change my mindset, and I'm going to go into it, glorifying God in everything that I do.
How did you handle not being on the court with your teammates, and I guess probably not feeling a real part of the team? How did you handle that?
They were very successful, and it's just seeing that success without you being a part of it is kind of detrimental in a way. So I kind of just saw them just enjoying it and playing with each other, and I was like, man, I really miss this. And I saw them all working as a team, and when you see them work as a team rather than individual units, you just everything blossoms for you, and you're like, I want to be a part of that. I want to be in that. So again, that was another thing that made me like, you know what, I want to go back to volleyball, I want to push, and I want to become good at it again. I want to become better than good, I want to be great.
So it sounds like even though it was a bad experience, it helped you really grow as a person.
Absolutely. I mean, if I didn't have this injury, I wouldn't have learned lessons, I wouldn't have pursued my relationship with God even more. The injury is just, even though I look back at it and it seems like a terrible time, it's just, there's beauty in all of it. There's blessings in all of it, and I am so grateful for all of it, and I wouldn't want to change a thing.
Besides volleyball, what keeps you busy here at LCA?
Obviously school. I have a lot of, I try to take some harder classes just to challenge myself. I also work on my grandparents' farm, so I'm usually hanging out with the animals or just working over there. I also play tennis.
Okay. So you stay busy.
Mm-hmm.
How about in school? What classes do you really enjoy the most?
This year I love AP Bio. Anything medical I've always loved since I was a kid, so I've really enjoyed that class this year.
So you have a great interest in the medical field. Any idea which job or how will you branch off and use that interest in medicine as far as a career? Any ideas?
I thought about orthopedic surgery, being an orthopedic surgeon, just because when my knee happened, I was so interested in everything, like again, the medical stuff just really intrigues me. But I also aspire to be like a family medicine doctor or pediatrician. I always want to be a servant. I want to be helping people, and I feel like in the medical field, being a doctor is one of the best ways to do that.
So as a senior now, do you have your plans set on going to a certain school? What do you want to do when you graduate LCA?
I'm definitely going to Liberty for my undergrad because I have my tuition paid for since I've been here my whole life. I'm not entirely sure where I want to go after that. I've been thinking about like Duke or UVA possibly, or just staying here and continuing my career here.
Anna, what about when you have spare time? It doesn't sound like you have a lot of spare time, but what do you enjoy doing when you don't have to play volleyball or study? What's fun for you?
Oh man, hanging out with friends, hiking, swimming, going to the beach, going to get food, just even little things like that, I absolutely love.
Awesome. Very good. Thanks so much for talking with us.
Yeah, thank you.
That's Anna Moody. Today's Student Athlete Spotlight brought to you by Play It Again Sports. Anna, again, a senior volleyball standout here at LCA.